I want to start by saying all praises to Yahweh, God Shem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, our God, Kudash. The waters and apostles and elders are great as well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Right, so in Hebrew Israelites come out through the spirit of power, the Heavenly Father, the Holy and the Son, and the Holy Spirit being Yahweh, being the Most High, Yahweh Shai being His Son, and the Holy Spirit, Rakah, Kodash, right, to basically go into oracles, right, the written word, the Bible, basically bring out the prophetic words of the Heavenly Father that are being brought to life and jumped off the pages and happening in a living colour at this moment as we speak. Right, that is our duty and that's why we're here. So there's only gather the elected of the children of Israel. Right, today's known as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right, but also being scattered seed among all the nations, right, pursuant to all the curses that are written in the book of Deuteronomy 28, right, because we are still in activity, right. The Heavenly Father has abased us, made us to know people before all the nations, before they signed to their own celebration, right, but in these last days, us being presented before standing in great boldness is a representation of the Heavenly Father, bringing together His children, right, the elect of the nation of Israel, right, and closing up the breaches, right, and establishing His tabernacle in these last days, so they can come through with one big stone, a great millstone, not a great millstone, and basically crumble everything that you see before you, to bring us world and bring wickedness to a cease, and establish the kingdom of heaven. Right? So, myriad things going on right now. I know there's a thing in Hawaii, I ain't looked into it. Oh, Mount, earthquake. Sorry, wildfire, that's it. Nothing, but not well, the numbers keep going up. I think on the day after they said it was like 30 or so. Now it's gone up to 80. And essentially, well, there's hundreds missing. So they don't have like the full numbers. That's basically like desolated them to the point where like it's unlivable. So it's yeah, they're getting completely done out now. And that's sign of the time. Those earthquakes, they're spoken of. I'll grab Matthew 24. And verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So, as the time that ends, basically, in flow, but we're seeing all these things come to pass. Wars and rumors of wars, we've been in the midst of that for the longest. And really the one that's heating up the most is Russia and Ukraine, where you've had, over the course of like the last few weeks, you had like Ukraine do a counter-offensive, and Russia was taking the casualty, but then also vice versa. It's basically intensified as far as carnage-wise. It's got more raw, it's got more real. And then you're seeing like, how it says Russia's a god onto these other nations. Like Iran's been supporting them, North Korea's been supporting them, China as well. Iran's been supporting them. So go pull that So you're basically seeing those like economic blocks build up. You had Russia going to Africa as well, basically trying to cement that brings solidarity, and you can basically see how the one front's being built up versus the others. World War II, you had the Allies and the Axis. You're seeing those different what do you call it? The two sides being developed. So it says all these are the beginning of sorrows, and really that's it. All these are the beginning of sorrows. It's the beginning of letting us know what's getting ready to go down. You got something? So I read this. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And yeah, really it's the thing where you've got to be roused, you've got to be woken up to, the truth of what's going on. Before everything hits the fan, man. And that's really what a big part of why we're out on the highways and byways, why we lean this onto the unicorn, why this is getting pushed out. Because why? It's essentially, a rousing call, man. The trumpet's being sounded to rouse up those of the elect. Because what's coming is, hey, as far for the elect, they're the key players within it. When you go into Revelation, it says what? The 12,000 from each tribe and the 1/3. They're basically going to have what? Israel roused, and they're going to be the ones who endure fruit. And that's why whenever you watch these post-apocalyptic movies, there'll always be following key characters that'll be their journey throughout. And that's the elect are the ones basically being drawn through the fire, so they can be made purified into that fine gold. So this is why the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and grinders cease. Yeah, even the strong men shall bow themselves. It's funny, now we're in a time where masculinity is essentially in a crisis. Testosterone levels are all-time low, and as far as for an identity for what men are meant to be, that's something that society seems can't decide on. Well, we're coming into a time when that old school, that traditional, that masculinity has existed since the world began. That's basically going to be required once again, and it's something that can be found few and far between. Let me read this quote just to back you up on the point. The quote that goes been brought out many times. All right. It goes, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. All right. Quote from a post-apocalyptic novel by author G. Michael Hopp sums up a stunningly pervasive cyclical vision of history. So yeah, that's it basically. So that is what's happening right now. We're in the midst of weak men. So we're on the cusp of hard times. Well, not even a cusp. The cusp of the ultimate hard time being what? The time of Jacob's trouble. We're basically entering into it. Right? Because how we try what the brother reading from the book of Matthew 24, he speaks of the beginning of sorrow. Oh, and all these things were presently in the midst of. He equated to the beginning of sorrow. Right? And then ultimately it's going to peak when it moves into the time of Jacob's trouble. Our temptation to tempt all that be upon the earth. Right? I'll read it again. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. Those that look out the windows be darkened. Yeah, again, it says what the strong men will bow themselves. So even those who are viewed as the mightiest, they're the ones that will crumble. It's funny because being like, physically adept a warrior doesn't necessarily translate to mental And sure, well, no, because he had someone mentioned that Customer was the main black man that allowed him to be so decisive in terms of being that monster that everyone saw. But the moment he passed on, he didn't teach him how to fish. He basically giving him fish. So when he died, he didn't know how to get that fish himself. When I'm saying get that fish, I'm saying it as an allegory for him drawing from within to tap into that kind of energy. So that's where he fell out of favor. Oh, he lost that fight to Buster Douglas. But let me read this in the point of what he's saying. Well, the book of Jeremiah 9 and 20. 9 and 23. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord Yahweh, which exercise love and kindness, judgment and righteousness in the earth. But in these things I delight, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right, so only that the prophet saying, and you got mighty men that are like they're well adept in warfare, they're psychologically strong, right? They've been through many tests, but only the time has come in. This is a time where you have to rely on the power of Yahweh Bar Shem Shai Bar Shem Al. And if you ain't resting on him as your pillar of faith, only you're gonna find out that your confidence in the things that you have is gonna be nullified. Let me even read this as well. This is Ecclesiastes 9:11. I returned and saw under the sun that a race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken into the deep net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. Right? And that's basically what we've been saying. I've got one more precept here to bring it all together. But that's basically what we're saying. You can't glory in nothing because the Heavenly Father has command over the time. Right? His will reigns supreme. Right? No matter what you will, want to will into existence, you only have but so much power as what the Heavenly Father has given you charge over. Right? If He isn't giving you that charge for you to be, a survivor in certain situations, in certain battles or warfare, only you're gonna fall to wherever is in front of you. Right? So let me finish with this last one. I'll give it back to the brother. This is Isaiah 13 and Isaiah 13 and 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Right? It's going to be separate. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Right? So only that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Right? So even we can learn the word heart, so to give you great insight to what these words mean. As I thought, well, it's an extension of the word there is above. So I believe we can get into the I believe it's a different form of art. Oh, like art. It's like, yeah, it's like a tenth, one full tenth of an art. But basically, so it says Labab. So it basically says inner man. Wow, that's deep actually. Inner man, mind, will, heart, soul, understanding. So basically that front, alright, and these men who've been going on, is basically going to be discovered. Alright, your skirt's going to be pulled up and your nakedness is going to appear. So you're going to be made known unto people, you know, these events. So it says inner part, bits of things, heart of man, soul, heart of man, mind, knowledge, thinking, reflection, memory, inclination, resolution, determination of will. Right? So all these things are going to be shown. So I'll read it again. So it says, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. So they're going to be exposed. Right? Their will and determination is going to be made known unto the people at the time. Right? Verse 8, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman at travailing. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be inflamed. Right? So even you got these good niggas that bust their gun, right? That keep their what's that word? Stick, or you know, their whack. You know, their whack's always with them. They're always ready to use it in any type of situation. But guess what? It's going to be made known in that day that you're just a man, right? The things that you're going to behold are going to be far beyond what you could even fathom, right? And you're going to be exposed. Let me see if there's any more. I'll read a little bit more. They shall be amazed one another, their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord Jehovah cometh, full both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven shall be, and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. That's talking literally from the thermonuclear destruction and the nuclear winter settling in the land of America. But it's also talking about what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the earth is going to be subdued. Right? That's why it says as well, it's about the parable of the 10 virgins. Right? The 5 that are wise are basically going to have a light in that day because of the darkness. For those that were unwise, they'll be able to light up their candle basically, but they won't have no fuel for it to stay, for it to withstand the dark day basically. Alright, so they're going to succumb to the events at hand. Let me read on. So it says, verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right, this is the reason why I read it on this point here, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. Right, so that shows the duality. Because you know the Heavenly Father made everything 2 and 2. Right, light and darkness. I was going to say light and heavy. Light and darkness. Wise, good and evil. You know, and ultimately strong and weak. Right, so the weaker man is going to be shown by the weaker man is going to show the stronger man, and the stronger man is going to show the weaker man. What I mean is the duality. I'm working on both sides of the spectrum. They're basically going to complement each other. So only that man is going to be a choice man is going to basically shine in that time, right? Whereas all the other men that have a weaker nature are going to basically be shown of their weakness, right? They ain't going to have nothing to withstand in that great day. Jeremiah 30, 4 said, and these are the words the Lord Jehovah spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? And it's going to be on that level. Now, even with the whole current push of where they're trying to like model, you know, the identity of men, the identity of women. Even now, it's you know, the example always put up a couple of them together. Then, you know, someone threatening approaches or something happened. I don't know, man. I think of Batman's parents, man. When like my man came up in the alleyway, you know, he moved in front of his wife to protect her. So it's basically that same, that still holds true now, where essentially men still have that protective role. But even then, they're going to be what? Holding their stomach as a woman in travail. Because why? It's going to be so on top that even men aren't going to be able to withstand it. So then how much more so for women and children?
Yeah, whole Captain Marvel around that name, man.
The Thanos one tapped on the chin, man. Took her out. That says, with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Yeah, so it's that time of Jacob's trouble, and he'll be saved out of it. Yeah, for those of the elect, they'll be saved out. There'll be those that still are appointed to what? You know, to have their head removed for the, you know, for the sake of Yahweh Shai. Then there'll be those who taste the death, but then there's those that won't, and they'll be saved through. But it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw. For everyone else, it's open season, essentially. And this is why you can tell that the rice grain is gonna have supreme appeal. Because like now, it's like, oh, this week we had more banks in the US downgraded on their credit rating, like maybe 5 or 10, and then a few smaller ones, and they'll consider it for like major ones as well. So like you have the few banks collapse, and they're like Credit Suisse, which is like an international one, and they're meant to have had good dealings, but then a lot of these banks, that's how they move, but they kind of cover each other's losses. I remember, I don't know if you remember from The Big Short, it was Moody's that did it. And in The Big Short, they go to Moody's, like the credit rating agency. Then they're just saying to everyone, like, oh, we're, they'll say, like, oh, why are you giving like a AAA rating to these dodgy mortgages? And dodgy, I can't remember the name of the thing was. But then they'll say, like, look, if we don't give them the AAA credit rating, then other people, they're just going to go to someone else and get the rating from them. And then we have no business with funds. So it's basically like, for them to be, you know, green-lighting it, that means them guys cut out, or they're toast. Like they're just leaving it to like, okay, now all these small ones can flounder, then just centralize it down to the big one. It's kind of happened like that with like Amazon, eBay, PayPal, these different companies, where they basically ate up all the competition around them. It's funny, it's like from the kind of modern tech, it was Microsoft that started off doing it, where they had a big court case in, I think the 90s or the 2000s, I can't remember exactly, but they had a big court case on like having a monopoly basically, because they made Windows, like they could basically make it so that they, like, people can't even compete with them, because you install Windows, there's certain things on there, so you're never going to use something else. But I think they lost the case,
then it ends up with just one option, even though it seems like various. It's the same for like food, same for a lot of fashion brands as well, where it's still one like big house. They have fashion brand, and they basically say, okay, we're gonna have a period of run where Dior's gonna be the center point. Because Dior has a run for like 2-3 years, then they take them out of favor and they present, okay, Louis Vuitton is your turn. But what's really happening is all the money's going to that keyring group. It's going to one to that one company as opposed to the fashion house of choice. They basically have control over it. Yeah, that's a big part of the front. So I remember I was watching something about food, and then I was saying like, whoa, it's like soft drinks, like Mars company, Nestle. It's like you'll be surprised with the products where it's all the exact same company. I think they were even saying like cereal is like Kellogg's, Nestle, and I think one other company, and then you've got like 60 different brands of cereals, when really it's all going to the same place. Well, okay, so it says, it says, alas for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. I'll read this as well.
It said the time of Jacob's trouble, but last he shall be saved out of it. Now Jacob is talking about who? Jacob was being chased Israel after wrestling with an angel, and the angel basically was blessing him with that name in order to be let go from his grip. Right? And the Israelites only, bear that name, alright? Israel. So what happened with Jacob? Jacob became to the Israelites. So there's going to come a time of great temptation where they're going to be saved out of it by way of what? By way of the Heavenly Father showing his hand. That's why you guys look at the Job 5th chapter. It tells you about how close comes to famine, disease, from all these different things. And it's actually the spirit as well, because now I've seen trends right now online with social media. They keep talking about, I can't pronounce the word, I always forget, I'm coughing it. Nowhere they talk about when you get into the 16th or 14th hour fasting, how basically the body eats up all the dead cells. It basically clears, you can look up the word, right? But it basically goes through that process, and they keep saying that after like 2-3 days of that, that's when it, it starts to be counterintuitive to you. It starts to, compromise you and put you on the borderlines of death. So that's why, that there's a reason why the spirit's coming out. Because there's going to come a point in time where there's going to be no food. Right? But this kind of knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to be the stability of that time. If you have an understanding, you might even have a portion of food. And then you could say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast for 36 hours at a time. And then I'll battle with the food. That may be a way, allows you to survive the time. You might extend the time. It might be that you got, the Heavenly Father, if you would have just ate everything you had, you'd only survive for a week. But if you do it in that type of manner, you survive for a month. Who knows, man? I'm just putting it out of the sky kind of thing. But that's wisdom. That's really what I'm showing you in saying that. That's the use of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That information, you're privy to it, so you know that, okay, if I do it like this, I can further, meet out my meals where I can survive for longer, and my body will get, if anything, I'll be better off than eating. My body will be in a state of being where I have mental clarity, my inflammation on my knee, or the inflammation on my hip being stiff, all this shit will be at a way out, and I'll be better than what I was.
So you're gonna grab this. Job 38 and 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee an answer down me. And yeah, that's just a throwback to Job basically being told, hey, gird up your loins like a man. It's gonna be required of you. And that was for what? The hardship he was going through. Essentially it was what? For him to endure for a season, for a period of time, until such as had been fulfilled. And that's what's essentially coming to us with that time of Jacob's trouble. Now it's the prep time. Us being, fortified, a foundation being built for those who it is to endure through. Because as far as it's looking like now, you can see a lot of things are on the cusp. That's kind of, it's been for a little while where you always have the stereotype of the guy that's like, he's essentially a prepper. Where he's like, be super into the news, or have like a storage, underground storage place. They'll have food, they'll have certain things. They'll be like, yeah, now it's fun time for X, Y, Z to happen. But then you always have it where they turn out, turns out that guy's spitting fucking facts.
Well, all the tinfoil, people about UFOs right now, they're looking like, they would say the truth for the longer. This guy, they showed you that, funny enough, in Independence Day. They showed you the guy that, he came up, he gave me, he got abducted. Yeah, he said, I got abducted, like, and everyone was like, kind of chuckling laughing at him. But the reality is, hey, there may have been some truth to that. They may have got abducted, all right? And the angels of the Heavenly Father presented themselves in a certain fashion.
So the thing they're saying in Peru as well, where they're saying those guys saying they got grabbed up. But I didn't look into it too much. I saw the time.
I saw something about it.
I saw a video of it. I had to look into this a bit. But that's, now the thing is now the way it's being spoken about, this ain't in the last 60, 70 odd years, it's never like the government coming out with reports testifying to Congress through this, saying like, we can't confirm or blah blah, but that's never happened before. Before it's just like you're a fucking maniac. But that's the thing, this happens with various different things. Like with America's what's his name? Snowden coming out and saying, your government's spying on you. There were a variety of things like this where you would have got to go back. Anyone talking about it, they would have said, you're fucking lunatic. But what you're finding out more and more of these things, there's truth there. The fucking people rings in Hollywood is a big one. That was being spoken of from the 80s, 90s, forever ago. Then you have that shit come out on a super duper level. Hashtag Me Too happens. And everyone's like, I was getting raped up by this guy, then raped by this guy took a dump on my forehead, and the next guy raped all this shit's been going on. Then what's his name? Epstein just, disintegrates into thin air, man. And his list his book or whatever. It's obviously it's now coming. I remember it was like Pizzagate was like maybe a year, 2 years, a few years before when it was the whole Pizzagate. Then afterwards you find out the wrong. It's like, would you look at that?
What was the other one?
Yeah, that one as well.
What's their name?
I remember the first I seen something.
Wayfair. Where they had missing people and then they would look at the phones and the name of that missing individual would come up. All these things are being shown that there's a world being, like the Heavenly Father has a fourth dimension, within the third dimension, there's a world that's being presented, that's present in the midst of the world we're living in. But it's just an underworld, it's the underbelly of this world. But the Heavenly Father is going to lift up the skirt and he's going to make their tongues fall upon themselves. So this is a great revealing that the Heavenly Father is being made known unto all people, so that they'll before the Heavenly Father delivers his judgment, you can see why his judgment is being presented. Alright? You know? So it's just being made known so everyone's just like, oh, okay, when the destruction comes, they get it. Okay, this is why this happened. Fred's there with it. They had the windows on the other side of it. Before them when they went by with the windows. So when they turned around, I thought, okay, you're waiting to hear us cuss out someone on the same side. So you can just get coffee.
Habakkuk 2 and 15 says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and that puttest thy boat to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Jehovah's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Yeah, we've been in the midst of that shameful spewing from where it's kind of been a slow cascade of various things. It's 2008 shows like the bedrock, really was the one part of the foundation of what makes America and the Western world shameful spewing. Because yeah, since 2008, that's really been like it's been a non-stop kind of various things coming out. Because there's like what the foundation of the Western world of why it's viewed so greatly is what that wealth, that monetary might. That's a big part of what draws people over, man. Essentially, what at the forefront of development. And that's kind of how the legend, let's say, of America's been built. Same for the UK, where it's been like a bank and a financial center. People that if they want to do business, they're thinking of property over here, companies established over here. They're looking to build up certain things. But as far as for them, they're seeing it like, yeah, what do you call it? They see it as the best way to kind of extract, to utilize the strengths of this place. But 2008, the financial crash, it basically showed what the foundation wasn't as sure as it seemed. And how for a while it's been essentially running on yeah. Like not steam, but like rumors, more or less. It's essentially built on perception. That's what perception. More so than reality. It's like with Tesla. I don't think Tesla's turned a profit ever. But because of the cult of personality around Elon Musk, that's got a lot of people. That's why people invest in it. That's why the stock price will go up and up, like supremely overinflated. Same for SpaceX. Same for a lot of it's like Apple as well. Overinflated. Google, all these companies. The reason that they're like overinvested is because people see them as no matter what, they're just keep out. Yeah. They're forever going to be in an up and up because they're at the forefront of the economy. They're like, yeah, the US is going to do whatever they can to keep them going. But then what? When that crumbled, the facade, that's 2008 really was the facade crumbling. Because the same thing happened in 2000, like 2000, 2001, the dot-com bubble. So if you put dot-com in a stock, then it would just make it blow up. Because everyone's like, oh, the internet, oh. They saw like eBay, they saw Amazon, a few other sites blowing up. That's why shit like pets.com. Bro, I hear like that. I might have to check that. Because pets.com, it was like pets.com and it made a shitload of money. But then it's like, it comes down to like what the company actually does. They don't do nothing. But then again, like after like 2016, after 2020, the pandemic, you've got other bubbles as well. You had from 2020, the amount of what's it called? The amount of like debt, the national debt went up by like what, 4 trillion? Like 4 or 5 trillion, I think, since. So like what, 2/3? No, maybe a quarter of all the US dollars printed were printed like from 2020. So it's basically just supremely inflated. And again, having already seen it happen before, you can see it again how it's getting ready to crumble. And as far as with the government, there's been various scandals over time. It really started from Watergate, and then on from there, it's been an endless cascade of various things, man. It's actually still wild. Like,
That's the word for the week, cascade. Every week, it's probably got a new word. Cascade. Every week, rinse one word. That one word and get rinsed the whole lesson, man. Cascade. And then my vocabulary, is probably temporary. Because, man, spent some notes during the week. So, the word cascade was everything. Cascade. Now we're going to say.
no, for real. But then that's why it's like from what was it? 2016, 2020, the pandemic, it's been inflated, and it's essentially gonna come down. So yeah, with the US government as well, what you had from Watergate onwards, there's been the scandal. But then the joke I was thinking is like, imagine like Bush and Tony Blair, them guys admitted it was BS. They started a whole Iraq war of complete nonsense, smoke and mirrors. But then there's no accountability for that. You had that guy from Bosnia, I think it was, or whatever, was getting held accountable in the International Criminal Court, and he just offed himself, man. Because he was like, fuck this. But Tony Blair, these guys get paid millions to give speeches. But that really shows that luster, that allure.
Imagine that's who you're consulting with. That says a lot. Guy came out and he lied, but now he's headed a consultancy firm as being the primary source of consulting. That really shows you what kind of world we're living. Yeah, his words are so high in the speed. Alright, this is Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited by the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Alright, so you see that over there with Hawaii. Right, what's happening right now, but that's prelude to what's to come, should I say. Alright, because it's gonna be a fire not blown. Alright, that's only gonna land over there in the land of America and suck all the people in and chew them right back out. With the land and everything that stands there, the White House, everything that's regarded in the form of opulence in the land of America is gonna be put to dust. Right, you just gotta read the book of Isaiah 13, 34. It basically speaks about desert animals dancing in the palaces of Babylon. Right? Because that gold, right, of America is going to come to a cease. It's going to come to an end. What's that?
Jeremiah 50 and 2 says, "Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard, publish and conceal not, saying, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces." And yeah, we're really seeing those images crumbling, man. Because within a big part of this society is the image. That's what everyone's bought into. That's really what people are investing. Their desire of what they think, they're going to get, man. What they think they can aspire to. And that's really why you've had for the longest that whole idea of the American dream and the whole pull of the whole pull of these like celebrities, people so-called living their best life within society. Everyone's aspiring towards it. But hey, as that's crumbling, really you're seeing that life ain't all this cracked up to me, man. So why are you having these, supposedly young, famous, successful artists like offer themselves? We're having people that be up in age. They'll, their wife divorce them. They don't see their kids. Like so many life limits or jobs ain't amounting to shit. But it's because why? It was all a lie from the beginning. And that's essentially, that's part of what's being revealed. It was all a dream. Because that's what everyone's out here thinking, man. Well, he thought he was living a dream, but he broke. That's the thing. It's even if you aging it, like what are you really getting? You got like fucking, what's her name, man? Madonna, man. Still trying to stay relevant. It's like a fucking horror mask, man. You go into a store, you can see her face just like this.
Hey, man.
No, no. It's like,
Hey, one is brilliant. Human face, brilliant, man.
She's this big, but that's part of the terror, man. It's like all that society basically sells to women. Madonna's encapsulated for long, and then you see what's the end result? Mess, man. But then the doctor's kids looking at her like, God damn. Something up to 20-something-year-old, man. Younger than you, man. Younger than you, what the fuck's going on there, man?
She was talking her time with her son. He's probably in primary school and all that type of stuff. And all of them in the inner circle, they know each other. They practice all well with her. And they all know, like, yeah, she's off her rocker, man.
Oh yeah, there was some,
She's
absurd.
Yeah, it's despicable. What happens when you have Americans up in the English,
But there was a story that got out of a kid getting bullied with his mum's OnlyFans, man.
yeah.
I'm saying like he was being shown his mum's OnlyFans and it was like fucking suicidal. I'm not surprised. I'd fucking take myself out too, bro. Imagine, bro. Man at school to show you I'll fucking gouge my eyes out, man.
Mum spread eagle and all that type of shit.
Yeah, that's a mess. That's a mess. Like, but that's the thing is this is only the beginning of that era starting. The further you get into it, it's bad enough before, where it'd be like a porn actress or something. But I'm like, the way the OnlyFans was popping off, your mum might have done an OnlyFans and then made like $200 on it, and then you're getting tortured for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because it became oversaturated.
Yeah.
So you know there's a lot of people out there with OnlyFans that it weren't worth it.
Yeah.
And they're going to find out later on even more so it weren't worth it. Right?
Then man look and be like, hey, don't she look familiar? And then all them OnlyFans leaked as well. So
That
it's like, they'll see that and be like, God damn.
Let me read this. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, careless doers. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall come. So that's basically it. The vintage shall fail, and the gathering will come. What does that mean? When you deal with farming, right, there's a vintage and a gathering. You have to, you reap down your produce, your fruits, and you gather it all in. But it's saying that the endeavors that you went into, like the OnlyFans, like the brother gave an example already, you did the fruit of it all. What came of it was something light work. One guy that was beating you, took you home for one night off, gas shop telling you like, yo, go to school, OF, get the front. It'll bang for you, trust me. Like, do it. Gas you all up, gave you that, the best time of your night, and then kept on playing on your what's that word? Playing on your confidence, like a better word, making you feel like that. And one day, you out with me, like, you know what, I'm gonna do holy crap, I'm gonna show him, I'm gonna succeed. And then you fell, not gracefully, in the most obscene fashion. And the vintage didn't come. But then only it's gonna come in a greater manner. It's funny because I was meant to do the video taking around but it's just as the week goes on, I get more information to build upon the video. But only that vintage faded is really gonna come, only because right now women only keep the moves in their right, so they fit, right? To the point where they have their free will dominion. They want to make money, go out there and make money. They can choose, okay, I have a family life, which may or may not work, right? Or they can choose to have to try and get ahead in terms of their career and all that type of stuff. Right? But only when it gets on top, that's when the man is going to be hiding with. Right? Only the man is going to be the one that's going to cover it. But not any man, it's the chosen man of the Heavenly Father. So that's where you got a lottery, a lucky dip in that sense, where you hope the guy you're with, the Heavenly Father is dealing with. Right? Because even it says, and this is why I said it's a funny thing, your vintage faded, because all that wealth you took for yourself, that man that the Lord speaks about, you're gonna, if you get him, you're gonna say to him, look, I don't want nothing from you. And usually when a man gets a husband, what are they gonna do? They gotta provide clothing, they gotta provide food, resources, and a house for them. And even before that gets started, they need to buy them for their father, right? So in that day, you're gonna be able to ask for none of that. You're gonna say, look, I'll take care of myself. Let me talk about that name. That shows you that the level of what a man has to be looking at that day is not going to be the same level. That's where you're the one that lives in something else. Alright? And rightly so anyway, because most people ain't virgins. Right? Even if you are, you're still going to have to succumb to that parameter. That's what the standard is going to be. Alright? So let me read it again. You want anything? Alright, I'll just read it again. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are in Egypt. And this is mainly to the women of the tribes. When you go into the book of Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, it speaks about the decadence that the daughters of Israel had, right? And how they would fall from grace, right? And in their fooling, only the man would be pushed up, to a higher level. Because it says in Isaiah 4:1, it says 7 women that take hold of one man, right? So it says, rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, you careless doers, give ear unto my speech. Right, listen. Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall be gone. Alright, let me read this off. Micah 7 and 10. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. Which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as a mire in the streets. Alright, and that's only going to be the outcome for those that don't, as he said in Isaiah, those that don't let bow their ear to the word of the Heavenly Father. They're only going to succumb to that judgment. Right?
So I read Jeremiah 15:2. Declare ye among the nations, publish, set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, idols are confounded, images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh, their power. Yeah, that's gonna be the switch up there. Because essentially with Esau's kingdom, it's outside forces. You know, Russia is a key one. Other former allies of the US, they're gonna conspire together. What? Babylon, man. Babylon the Great. And that's gonna be on top, man. You go into Revelation, what's it say? Everyone's, even as the merchants, lamenting, man. It's gonna fall off. Lamenting because of what? The money they'll make. And how all the goods they were able to get from it. But then, hey, what's the flip side of that? Is of what? Israel's basically going to be roused, the elect, they're going to be saved, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. That's pretty good. Huh? Verse 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord Yahweh in a perpetual covenant which shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains, they have gone from mountain to hill, they have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. And that's funny, yeah. They're essentially, part of the conspiring that's been done is to keep Israel from essentially being from knowing who their power is, and then following after it. Because again, it's been known from back in ancient times. They knew, yo, if Israel's not following the laws, not keeping it to their covenant, then hey, they can be desolate. But then what? If they're following it, then there ain't nothing you can do. You just gotta keep it moving, man. And hope that I don't follow. That's why it's essentially now it's all the checks being balanced out, man. all the payments have been, the harshness that's been done against Israel, that being balanced out. And that's why you're having revenge being taken, man. It's funny because now, within Esau's current system, he's basically, trying to push the revenge as a negative. But why is that? It's because of the position he's in now. He's established, man. He's set. He's the one where everyone has a bone to pick. Actually, go back to have a cook on them.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that sitteth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Alright, and what's the main form of witchcraft? The ideology, the brother mentioned before, the image of the beast. Alright, everyone is walking in the same mold or the same image that's being presented to them. There's a status quo, especially in the Western world, of Esau's main chief stronghold. Basically, what is he doing? Set forth a standard. Everyone follows after that standard. Everyone wants to meet the measure. Right? That's the image of it. But it's witchcraft. When you peel back the layers, you really understand what Esau, this man of sin, is presented to you. You know that's contrary to everything that Heavenly Father designed for how you live your life, right? And what? How you meant to live your life in the order of the Heavenly Father's precepts, right? And only the chiefs presenting that to the world is the children of Israel, which this man has put into captivity. So that shows you how much so this man is against the will of the Heavenly Father. That the main priests, the main kings of the earth, he's a great opposition to, that he's subjugating them to oppression, right? Pressed down in his spirit. So reading on, it says, behold, I am against
Hosea 3:4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord Yahweh their power, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord Yahweh for his goodness in the latter days. Yeah, so the reason Israel's under the image of Esau is why they've been separated from their own image, man. They're in that time where the majority, both of Israel, are abiding without an image, or they're underneath something, one of these brand new things, that being a black, being an African, or being Caribbean or whatever, but it doesn't go back to the root because it's disconnected. Then there's still an aspect of Esau's wrong, man. Because that whole these new definitions, these are all things Esau came up with.
Funny because our slang pattern, like UK slang pattern on that type of shit. It's in the word. But that's what I'm looking at. It says, if it goes back to Exodus, it says 25 and 9, it says, according to all that I showed thee after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments, even so shall you make it. So you have to pattern yourself accordingly. I was trying, there's a couple of precepts, but I can't write one. I need to read through it, but I'll do it when I get home. I'll read them. So it says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazer to them. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? When shall I see comfort for her? So that's it. Hopefully, the nation tells you the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, about what? What does it tell you the book of Joel? It tells you that all the nations, the weak that say they're strong, the weak are going to be made, the weak are going to be made strong, should I say. Alright? And they're going to be made strong for what purpose? To fight against the powers that be, the beast, right? With 7 heads and 10 horns. They're going to be made strong, which is NATO and the EU, whereby ultimately as well, those same nations are going to fight against America. Ultimately, you're going to have everyone dealing with the EU, dealing with NATO, they're going to side with Russia, and then other vassal states, vassals and allies, there was another word, but yeah, but English states. They're going to pair with them, and then they're going to fight against America, right? You go, son?
So first Peter 4. Start from verse 3. So it says, for the time of our life for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting, and abominable idolatry, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. Yeah, going into that image, that's all those that conduct is tied to that whole image. Because even among kids, when you witness this thing, this person, that guy that started writing, he didn't really start. I know they say he started writing, but it's like a riot kicked off because too many niggas went one place. Basically, was really what it was. It wasn't really his fault. He didn't realize. Well, yeah, it was technically because he made it himself. It's like niggas, really a big aspect. But what that is this guy looks like it's that typical Jake just reminiscing, having a good time, enjoying himself. So it's like, and that's just like the key identity for Jake is them being fun loving, enjoying themselves, celebrating, and also the violent, aggressive people on the side as well. But that's like then within
it's the good time.
Yeah, because that's within the that image. That's a big part of what Jake trying to live up to. The aspect they're trying to do is they're trying to be entertainers. They're trying to be musicians, actors, basketball players. They're trying to maximize within that image, success, making it monetary, making it to money or something, or a certain kind of life for them. But that's just worldly, man. Because by and large, what are most people doing? Like if someone's driving past it, when people drive past in the limos, like blazing music and singing along, then everyone else will jump in. There's a big part of why people are here, why they engage in society, is they're looking to have a good time. They're looking to enjoy themselves. They come here to revel, man. They want the bread, they want the circus. They want to go out for meals, and then go out and hit up the spot and feel good. It says, wherein they think it strange that you run with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of them. It's funny because it's like if you're in a more somber mood, people will be like, damn, like why are why are you not in a good mood? Even though it's the most normal thing in the world to not be in a good mood all the time. It's funny because there's
If you're in a good mood,
unless you're waking up, you're getting sloppy toppy when you wake up. You check your bank account, money's trickled.
yeah, but even people like that, I mean, they don't even have it. They don't even. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't see anyone on this earth
That's having a good enough time to
Yeah.
because the nature of this place is not that.
It's not perpetual happiness. Like, it doesn't go from strength to strength. Even Esau right now is dealing with it, man. Going through it.
Yeah. But that's with the that having a good time. Well, even being in a somber mood, that's the most normal thing in the world. Yeah, I was gonna say there was a thingy, what's it called? The Pixar movie, Inside Out. That film was basically about just saying like, yeah, it's all right if you're a kid to feel, to not feel happy all the time. That was essentially like one of the key morals of the entire story. I mean, you think about it, it's like, what the hell are adults doing running around? So-called adults meant to be, it's nothing but good times. The only bad time is when you hear about Boris Johnson or Donald Trump on the news. That's it. And they're like, oh, I can't believe it. Then they go back to have it. But it's because it's essentially part of the image, man. They want to see. That's why people are all depressed. You'll find out everyone's all fucking depressed.
Everyone's on an antidepressant.
Okay, we need to normalize mental health. I'm like, shut up, man.
Everyone's fucking mental.
You're all depressed.
That's why.
You're fucking suicidal. You're on the edge. Yeah, like,
No,
what's up, man?
Crazy like that. Because I'm like, yo, that put me through the ringer. It's telling me, when I say put me through the ringer, that's probably the most intense way of putting it. But to me, they're just being cold, as is the nature of a woman anyway. You find out two twos, they're fucking on, like, yeah, I've been antidepressants, I'm fine with taking it on. It's like, oh, no wonder you've been a fucking head case. Because you ain't right with yourself, man. Some days you might miss your medication and all this type of shit. And you're giving me a fucking life of hell. And it's because you're a life of hell. And then, as it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, it tells you, he that pleases the Most High shall escape or snares and nets. So I look, it's funny, the other day, literally one girl I was chatting to as well. When they on social media, they let their lives go, man. Oh, I just had my ex call me and took away and wait and then talk to me. This is why I see all the women she got. Look, not allowed to talk about it. I read that and I said, yeah, I ain't fucking. You look at someone different and said, well, I'm glad I ain't needed like nothing happened to me. Another one that happened to me as well, I won't say the specifics because it's a bit too intense, but I mean, it's crazy kind of way. But basically, she just one day just sent me some crazy text saying, yeah, look, why you calling me, I got a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Then I sat there and I realized, oh, all this time you had a boyfriend quite recently. And when I never was really into it like that. But I was using you before I was using you before. And then, which wasn't sex, I didn't have no sex with her. But basically, she then told me on the other hand, yeah, I'm feeling this way, I'm thinking, oh, it's fucking you crazy bitch. And when you know that in England that you ain't all the way there in your head, man. You're not all the way there, man. Something ain't right about it. That's the world we live in, man. Everything's just fucking. It ain't what it's not what you see. It's not what it seems, should I say.
Yeah, everything's not as it appears. So yeah, with the what do you call it? No, something goes down there. Go down there.
That's what
it's because people are being treated. They're not keeping it real. That's like a big part of essentially presenting to the world it's funny you said like fame, success, money. These things, it's like what they call it, imposter syndrome. Where it's like, yeah, they'll have success, they'll feel like, I don't feel like I'm worthy of this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, some of you fucking hate in the first place. I mean, unworthy, just like, Paul was told in the first movie, he was unworthy. Some of you guys need anti-optics to come through. Strip you of your powers, man. But that's the reality. It's, a lot of people are basically receive things where it's too much for them.
That's the last thing I'd want in life, man. That's like the most useless thing in the world.
Yeah, it's just hard to build everything.
Like, you can't walk down the street, you can't do certain things. With this Instagram, there's a lot of people I know, too many people I know, that Instagram famous. But in real life around it, you're like, you're boring, man. You ain't even like, yeah. Oh, it means people know you and they want to be around you because of your stuff. You know what I mean? Or they're good for them. It's like, that's the most useless thing in the world. You just can't do nothing in life. And even you might be in the worst spot in life, everyone's going to look at you and think, oh, this guy's amazing. But everything was in life.
First Peter 4 and 5, it said, wherein they think it strange, they run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil. Who shall give an account to them? They're ready to judge quick and dead. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men's flesh, but live according to the Most High in the Spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. Really that. With hey, the real is what's gonna matter. That's the thing. It's funny. You had like TV shows like what was it? I was thinking of Desperate Housewives, where it's essentially like their private life of what actually goes on within their life, then the presentation. People are so caught up on maintaining the illusion, they're not even living life really. And that's essentially what you have on a grand scale now. Because you'll get to a point where, that's the thing, it's like with the truth, with certain things that have been classified as like conspiracy theories or whatnot, there's a lot of people they'll be down, but then they won't say it in public. They won't be open. They know how it is. They know it's like they say they can bring something in the public setting, then it's gonna be up for them. It might interact with opportunities or what. It might mess with certain friend circles or whatnot. They're gonna have I ain't really gonna make it that plain. But now we're coming into a time where those things are going to be manifested. It's really shows in a big way with the whole alphabet group situation, man. As this thing becomes more and more prevalent, the backlash has got more and more intense. Whereas like before you didn't really have it being spoken about. So you didn't really hear that, like people saying like, yo, fuck them guys. But now that it's getting pushed so heavily, you get people coming against it. Justifiably so, man. Them guys pushing insanity.
Funny, I saw one clip where a guy said, if I transition, would you stop me if I transition out? They said, no. You're Christian. Yeah, I'll stop. So he's like, world is your earth and you only live once. That's really a beckoning, call for you to do great wickedness on earth. It's not really about you doing what you want. If you want to worship God, they're going to be like, yeah, worship God. You're going to be like, no, don't do anything but that. Right? Obviously, they're talking about Christianity and all that type of stuff. But it just serves a point of that being contrary to the way that they're perpetuating upon the people. Right? It really shows you that they're not really about you. No, do whatever you want to do. Be whoever you want to be. It's really about you falling it in line with the status quo, the agenda at hand. Being that of be wicked. Right? Worship the devil. Oh. What's that?
No, I was going to say, even on that, like, with the being a child thing. Well, that's I don't know. There's a state or some. If there's some kind of label for that, where it's like an adult that wants to pretend to be a child or whatever, infantilization or something, and it's I remember like there's couples they try like was pissing themselves, and then called in a boyfriend daddy and shit. Just like there are some fucking issues no matter what, man. But that's the thing, it's even with this, it's like referring shit. A lot of these things are just sexual deviance. It's essentially like some form of sex play. That's why it's like a cross-dressing thing. Well, for the longest time, it was just like, they're doing it because it turns them on. It's a public display, and a lot of them is just where there was that teacher in Canada where you had this giant, like, humongous fake tips up, man. Like, he would walk away from you. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't see that. You saying it, though, maybe just did.
No, not too much. It was horrendous. I think it's like it's a 47-year-old man or whatever doing that. It's obviously a sexual fetish. And that's how a lot of these things are. But a lot of people know them about basically, women in certain parts of their body. You say like, you're being, you're not allowing women to do that. That's not the case. Basically, in a way that men are lying. And there's a certain way they're going to react chemically, whether you like it or not. If I see some bubbles, I see some precipices, it's going to set, if I'm in tune with my masculinity, being my testosterone, and chemically being my masculinity. That's why I was playing on it. I said, my testosterone. Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. Set me women and how they want to be represented in the world. No, you are fighting against something that's just naturally, innate within a man. Isaiah 29:16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's play. That's really what is trying to be achieved with basically having all this shit which is like second leaving is promoted as the most normal behavior on the planet Earth. Because in reality, what's there to even be gained? Nothing. It's basically promoting confusion. But then it's because it's been, clothed in the presentation of, it's liberating people. It's more open-minded, more forward-thinking. Even though it's the inverse. Because what's that manifesting? The destruction of various layers of the society that's been the bedrock for the longest time. The family unit has been the bedrock of society since the beginning. If you don't have that family unit, you don't even have a civilization. You don't even have people there. Die off. Now they're trying to, find ways to cultivate people like the Matrix, man. Have the fields, grow people out. But, in reality, those things are beyond useful, man. His job out here is to be the destroyer. He's fulfilling that spectacular. There's things where it's like, we'll talk about them plain as day. That's why it was funny, the documentary, What is a Woman? Man went out to the fucking sticks of Africa and said, like, oh, what's a woman?
Kenya.
Huh?
Some Kenyans bouncing around in the woods of Africa, East Africa, with some dusty ground and shit, the most backward people out there. So he went down to those people to really show that, look, they ain't gonna show you how retarded you are. People that live in mud huts and all that.
That's a key thing. That's how tangible everything's got. Like even saying like with kids, like you ain't even meant, you're not meant to discipline. But it's funny, a lot of these new movies, they be pushing the mindset of like, oh, the 14-year-old or 15-year-old brother knows who's basically going on TikTok, screaming. Yes, that's what we listen to. I'm like, bro, have you spoken to these people? Have you spoken to a 15-year-old? They don't know what the fuck, they don't know what planet they're on, man. They don't know what's going on Earth, man. There was a fucking video I was watching, it had a clip of like asking a bunch of Gen Z, asking them where, what country is Queen of England from? They'd be like, I don't know, man. I ain't good with that geography, man. It was asking them asking them simple, general knowledge questions. They didn't know shit. Then he asked them all, what are the three Kardashian sisters?
I see that. But the girl even fucked that up.
Well,
She said Kylie Jenner. The Kendall and Kylie was that even shows them they can't even get that right, man.
But it was like everyone was mentioned. Well, in the clip I saw, they all were able to name the three. They said, "Oh, so bonus the brother as well." And I was like, and a bunch of them knew that as well. I was like, you know what? That really speaks to where the current generation's at. I'll read it again. Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a pot's play. Or shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Yeah. Essentially, he's basically trying to rewrite the rules. Esau's been written in to operate, maneuver in a certain way. He was made as a wicked. He was made to fulfill that role as a wicked, which he's doing. But then that doesn't mean that the wellspring of life is going to come from Esau. No way in hell. All he can teach you is destruction and mess and confusion, which is what we're in the midst of. That's why it's like you discuss plain things. People are going to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm like, damn. These things are evident truth as far as most people can see. But hey, that's the thing, is when you come within the sphere of the Western world, all that shifts. Because like if it's like if you were to go to the Middle East, ask about women's rights, and they get a complete different answer than you get over here. But it's also a matter of experience. Most people don't even leave like their hometown, the city they're born in. They don't really get around and see. So for them, it's like they have no measure for how people outside of their bubble interact. And that's what keeps a lot of people ignorant as fuck.
Rock 33 and 13. I'll start from 10. And all men, I'll start from 7. Why doth one day excel another? When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun. By knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons of feast. Yeah, like right now, we're a few days away from the middle of the year of the high holy day of Memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. Alright? Where we as men have been together, get our ramsons out. That sounds so you know like now, yeah, anything to that show, man, it's still everything. It just sounds crazy. Get your ramsons out. Get, you're meant to have your ramsons on, right? Bring it that time of the year, right? By the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. So you blow. That's the reason why the Heavenly Father designated that day specifically to be as it is. Okay, the Heavenly Father, they said, all light, every day has light. Like right now, the sun's out. Every day has a light. Even the no kids, all of the trumpets, they come out, and they might not be the most brightest day of the year. But because the Heavenly Father ordained it to be that day, it's one of those brightest days. The Heavenly Father shines his light. He said, this is that day. So read on, it says, by knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he ordered seasons and feasts. Some of them have he made high days and hallowed them. Some of them have he made ordinary days. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. In much knowledge, the Lord has divided them and made their ways diverse. Yeah, one of the ways is that the diversification of those days is by different cultures of different nations. So, like as we speak, Red just said, our form of the way that the division came by by him giving us the law. What it told you about in Deuteronomy 28, every father can't grab it. So I'm referring to it. Jacob is a lot of his inheritance. So he set the bounds, divided the people. And it was according to a lot of his possessions, it was Israel. Right? So there was a division made. Okay? So it says, in much, Sirach 33:11, in much knowledge, the Lord has divided them and made their way diverse. And that brings back to the point. That every farm, the way he made us diverse from the others, because he gave us his covenant, the Lord's statutes and commandments. When you go into the book of Exodus 19, it tells you that I've made you a peculiar people, right? A nation of kings and priests, right? So that's what diversified us. That's what, made sanctified us from the Father. So it says in verse 12, some of them have been blessed and exalted, some of them be sanctified and set there themselves. But some of them have been cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. Yeah, like the Canaanites. Right? They were cursed temporarily, when you really think about it. Because why were they cursed temporarily? That land that they possessed, part of their possession, why? It was ordained that the children of Israel would go into the land and take them over. Right? That's what you read about the how's it worded? The conquest of Canaan, or what is it called? The curse of Canaan, and it was the time of the conquest, or the time of the I believe it's the time of the word. There's a word they did it. Some of them have been blessed and exalted, and some of them be sanctified and set there themselves. But some of them have been cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. Yeah, like Canaan, they were turned out of their places. They were only left as a thorn in the side of Israel. But they only, when we go back into the land, they're not going to be there. The same is true of Esau, Edom. Right now they have a possession over our land. But there's gonna, and even a possession over the whole earth. But there's gonna come a time, alright, when the Yahushua is sent forth, gonna take them out of power, and then only after that 1,000 years of rule, or 1,000 years of slavery, they're gonna be exterminated from after that. They ain't gonna be found, so they're gonna serve to a greater judgment than that of Canaan. I think it's the wars of Canaan. Wars of Canaan. Sign that Joshua was called because of suffering conquest and change. Joshua. But you're right, I'll probably finish something else. Let me read on. Got a little bit left. Verse 13 is being appointed. As it clears in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death, so the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, there are two and two, one against another. So that's only what that brother said is going to be explained in the part of prayer. Alright? So where they're only, that's, their rule is going to be for them. And it's really the pot of clay, who's fashioned the pot of clay? The Heavenly Father. Right? And he's only fashioned to where the children of Israel are going to have the dominance in the last days. Okay? You understand?
Psalms 2, I'll start from verse 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord Jehovah said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of earth for thy possession. So yeah, Robert mentioned that the heathen are going to be in possession. That Esau, at the end of it, what Esau is going to be done away with, and the other nations are going to be able to rule upon themselves, but they're still going to be subjects underneath Israel. It says what? The point I want to make here was, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. You said like it's basically made for its purpose. Everything's molded essentially with a rod. So hey, there are those that their roles get shattered. Right now, Israel's been shattered, man. Israel's been walloped.
I don't want to take away from what you're saying, because when you're saying the truth, I want to say you can more compare us when a vessel is clay. The vessel gold and silver and precious stones. Right? Basically what's happening is like gold and silver, there's rust. So we need to use fire, that's to take away from the vessel. Our branch is seven. Precious always has to be clay. Alright? Designed for, as the brother mentioned, a destruction. Finish on that, because I'm going to find as well.
Now there was something I wanted to thingy, what do you call it? Well, talking about the chat spot, say using the example of Israel, I've never even put that together because there's the Japanese custom when they put together like that, like broken pots, like gold lines.
Yeah, like,
So I was gonna compare.
okay, yeah.
Because with Israel, it's like that. They're being put back in a form of state. And it was comparing how they were in the garden to how they're going to be in the end. It's like they'll know good and evil, but then they'll no longer have the capability to do evil. So it's like they're basically being perfected. But then it was necessary to go through all along the way to arrive in that state. And that's how the Lord wanted to go down. Because the key part of this book is Yahweh Shai received his glory. The Lord received his glory. His name being exalted. What went down? And that's a big part. That's a big part.
Daniel 2 and 41. And whereas I saw his feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, for there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as it shall thrown of iron with miry clay. And as the toes and feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, for they shall cleave one to another, even as iron does not mix with clay. And in these days, let me jump down. Read on. 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven, the power of heaven, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall be left to other people. But it shall break in pieces against all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest, the stone was cut out of the mountain made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation is sure. So only Israel destroyed everything, man. That claim that we brought to a feast. Right, and that gold, that kingdom, that iron, that stone cut out from by the Heavenly Father, it remains forever. Yeah, man. Yeah, so with that, so that's the lesson for this week. Lord willing, edifying. So until next week, Lord willing to be out. So we say we pray for the hour, our Shem Yahweh, our Shem Yahweh, that's the spirit, man. One more of the blowing of the trumpets. That's the first. Have you ever heard that out here before?
Not right there. I've heard of
But I've never heard it. Yeah. I've just never heard it on these days, innit? But yeah, all praise. Yeah? Maybe that's the first time I've really hit it.
It's not when they're over there.
Yeah, that's what I think now. Yeah. And that looked like it was a warning as well.
Yeah,
Because there's loads of them over there. Like a build-up. Right? So, hey, maybe something will happen, man. Maybe there's something gonna happen, man. Alright, so yeah. Say all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh, double honors to your apostles and elders, great people of the world, man. Shalom.